What's up, Shojo? Today we are getting into dramatic backstories and some unresolved trauma. Welcome to episode 8 of Shojo Chronicles.
Don't kiss me, baby. We can live ravi.
What's up? My name is Killa B, but you can call me B for short. But before we start our video today, I'd like to discuss a very important topic right now. PBS currently lost all its funding from the government, and with viewers like you, PBS can still be alive. I will make sure I put links in my description so you can still support PBS and its programming. Without shows like PBS, a lot of kids who are not able to have access to reading tools will be able to lose them, and we do not want that. Shows like Sesame Street, In Between the Lions, and Word Girl really helped me when I was a kid so I can love to learn reading. And with shows like Sesame Street, I was able to love my community and see there was all types of walk of life. Now, with your help, and make sure that you donate to your PBS, talk to your congressman, and make sure that you just take those steps to get the word out, we will be able to save PBS. And I would also like to mention, for children who have no cable whatsoever, kids like me, when I was at my grandmother's house and the only thing they have was Cubo and PBS Kids. Cubo is currently disbanded right now and is not showing any shows. PBS Kids will be the only children network if you have no cable whatsoever. So think about those children who don't have access to their TVs, the internet, and the only thing they have is PBS Kids, so they can be able to learn and be able to grow into the greatest person they can be. And remember, guys, we can always make a change with viewers like you. Okay, guys, let's get into the video. Today, we're going to be discussing our final volumes of the series, volumes 7 through 8. Make sure that you follow all of my social media platforms. I have TikTok, I got Instagram, I got Twitter, Patreon, Blue Sky, and Red Note. I am the most active on Twitter, so make sure you follow my Twitter. I will have my link in the description. I am so excited that we're going to be finishing this series because, guys, it's a lot. Because I thought, like, you know what? Things couldn't possibly get worse, but then it did. So we're going to get into that today. As per usual, I'm going to make sure I tell the triggering warnings. There'll be mentions of sewer slide. There will be mentions of grooming, and I believe there'll be domestic violence within these following chapters. So I wanted to make sure that I tell y'all what was going on. But let's stop yapping and let's go ahead and start yapping about this book. Let's start with volume 7. Q-chan hears the news that Rina got a concussion, so he rushes his ass to the hospital. During this process, Rina has a nightmare about her sister and what actually happened in the event, and when she wakes up, she asks Q-chan, am I the one who killed my sister? And he was like, a little bit, yeah. So now Q-chan, he is infuriated. So he goes to Hana and he's just like, who are you to tell her what actually happened? And Hana was just like, well, she needs to know the truth. And Q-chan was just like, no, she didn't. She needs to know the truth on her own time. That is not your right whatsoever. I thought he was going to punch this girl, but he didn't. He just like punched the wall next to her and he left. Q-chan goes ahead and head back onto the hospital, but Rina has already checked herself out. So Q-chan hits up Rina like, hey girl, where you at? Rina's just like, oh, I'm actually at my sister's grave right now. Rina then asks to like double check, am I the person who killed my sister? And Q-chan was like, yeah, technically you were. Rina hangs up the phone, and now Q-chan is in a tizzy. He's just like, oh my God, I hope she's not like doing something that's gonna harm her. Agatha is now in Hana's ass for telling Rina what actually happened in the first place, and as she should. Like, Rand told Hana, do not tell this girl what actually happened. And what Hana did? She done tell the world. I told y'all, okay? She has a gold Olympic medal for running her goddamn mouth. So Q-chan calls Agatha to help look for Rina because she's missing. Agatha brings Hana along because she's the person who started all this mess in the first place, so she gotta help her figure out what's going on. Q-chan doesn't know where Rina is at the moment, but Agatha put 2 and 2 together. She's like, I know where she's at. Rina is currently at the cemetery right now, but she moves to the cemetery to go to this overpass. Agatha sees Rina at the overpass. She's like, oh my God, she's about to jump. So Agatha rushes over there and she saves Rina, but Agatha, dumbass, she drops her necklace and now she's hanging on for dear life. And Rina had to save her. They hug it out and Rina feels like a bit more healed after this situation because she feels like, okay, for once I finally saved somebody, even though I couldn't save my sister. Once Rena gets looked at the hospital, she apologizes to Q-chan and realizes, like, okay, you're not the one who killed my sister, and I do apologize for accusing you all those years, and she has come to terms with that. Agatha remembers that she forgot her sister at Q-chan's apartment when they were like looking for her in the first place. So Agatha goes ahead and gets her. When they get there, Q-chan's like, hey, you know, actually thank you for telling Rena what actually happened. Even though it wasn't the best way of telling her, Rena now knows what happens and she's not blaming Q-chan for what happened to her sister. Hana apologized for telling Rena the truth in the first place, and she admits that the only reason she told Rena the truth so she can mess up their plans in the first place. Q-chan, who just like, it's okay, it's all chill anyways, because it worked out in the end, because now she knows the truth and now she doesn't have this anger towards me for something I never did. Q-chan checks on Rena one more time to see if she's okay, and she seems like a little bit less scarred. I feel like she's more healed now, so that wraps up our story in a little bow. Q-chan visits Larissa's grave for one more time while he's with Agatha, and he tells Agatha, I believe the butterfly effect led you to me, because without you being in my life, that situation wouldn't be resolved, and you made everybody's life a bit more better with you being around. Agatha and Q-chan are now on their vacation right now. They're chilling on the beach, they're watching fireworks, they're in the yukatas, and then they go back to the hotel to cuddle. And then while Agatha and Q-chan are cuddling, she's like, I wish I was hugged like this when I was a kid. So baby, you tell me you never had hugs a child like that. That explains a lot what's going on right now. I swear, you really can't make this shit up anyways. Like, I swear, you really can't make this shit up. So Agatha and Q-chan, they started getting like real touchy-feely. They kiss, and then Agatha's like, I love you. And Q-chan was just like, that's cool, homie. And he didn't say it back, and it was just awkward after that. Agatha returns home from her vacation and everything, and she feels like she's moving a bit too fast with Q-chan, and she's down in the dumps about it because he said, hey, sorry, I can't say I love you back. You know, it's gonna hit the heartstrings. While Agatha is on her way home, she bumps into Kaori, and Kaori's like, hey girl, how are you doing? And Agatha's like, girl, we still cool? She's like, girl, we still cool. Okay, I was tripping. The only reason I was mad at you because everybody in my friend group had a boyfriend, but me. But we're all good. And I realized that you telling me that your boyfriend is a school counselor could be a bit problematic. So, friends? Agatha's like, yeah, girlfriends. Also, everybody in this book is just terrible. Not even in a fun way. Like, So Agatha tells Kaori to see about Q-chan and what's going on. And she's like, oh yeah, we went to like a vacation and everything was chill. So Kaori smells her. She's like, y'all didn't do anything though. Kaori, we just got back to being friends. Why are you coochie checking me? So now that all her friends are good, Agatha meets up with all her homegirls. She tells them what happened. And one of her homegirls like, damn, girl, he didn't say I love you back and y'all didn't do anything? Maybe he got ED. Guys, he's 24. I don't think he has ED. It would be funny, but I don't think he does. Anyways, Agatha tells them what happened, like, and how it got awkward, and they just start giving her, like, more advice. Thankfully, they didn't do anything, so that's a blessing. Q-chan right now, he is very confused because he is mourning over Orisa and he doesn't know why. So he talks to Maruchan about it. And Maruchan just like, hey, do you know what triggered it? And he's just like, me seeing Agatha in a yukata made me think of Orisa because she wore the yukata. That is such a crazy trigger to have. Can you not just attend summer festivals anymore? Yukatas is your trigger? Like, my ex-girlfriend wore yukata. My minor girlfriend wore one too. I don't know what to think now. Really, it's just, Q-chan does not know his emotions right now. So at the moment, he's just everywhere. So, here's the advice that Agatha friends give to her when they have their little powwow. Agatha friends are coaching her to get laid by Q-chan. I'm not done. So Agatha pull up to Q-chan's crib while this man is mourning over his ex-girlfriend. So he opens the door all disoriented. He's like, go ahead, Agatha, and come in. And Agatha got plans. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna comfort my man today. It keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse. Okay, guys, I can do this. I can do this. Agatha starts rubbing this man's feet. Girl, get up. And then she tries to like be all sexy with her, like her dress and everything. Like, mind you, she has the most 15-year-old fit ever. So I don't know what she's trying to achieve right now. Doing all this weirds Kyo-chan out. So he kicks Agaha out, and now Agaha was like, Jody don't love me no more. But you know what? We gonna get there. And I believe in us. No, Agaha, your problem is not getting laid. The problem is that you're getting groomed. Meanwhile, Kyo-chan crib, after Agaha got kicked out, Rina hit him up. He like, hey, I need some support. And he like, okay, bet, pull up to the crib. Rina pull up to the crib, and Agaha sees her pull up. So Agaha's just like, okay, maybe they're just talking outside. Maybe I need to chill out. But then Rina came inside, and Agaha saw that. And now she feel like she's been shot 10 times. So she hits up Kyo-chan just like, you idiot, I can't believe you, and hangs up the phone. Kyo-chan then looks outside to see where Agaha is, because he's like, okay, I know Agaha's around here. He only like looked left and right, but then Agaha gets mad, like, why did he only look left and right? He should have went around the corner. I'm right here. So Agaha go to her homegirl. She tell her everything that happens. She's like, I can't believe that man did that to me. Her homegirl's just like, girl, I can't believe he did that to you too. You don't even need that man in the first place. And doing all this, Kyo-chan hits her up. He like, hey, we gotta talk. Can you meet me up somewhere? And her girlfriend's like, girl, he ain't meeting you nowhere. So for once, Agaha is being smart. Agaha does not go to meet up Kyo-chan when he hits her up. Kaori does. Kaori delivers a breakup letter saying like, hey, I can't do this anymore. Like, you know what you did. I told you not to bring that girl in the house, and you did. So you fucked around and found out. Kaori reports back to Agaha and tells like, hey, I couldn't smell anything on him. So now Agaha knows, okay, him and Rina were not doing anything sexually whatsoever. And maybe that she's tripping right now. Kaori tells Agaha to like talk to your man yourself so she can figure everything out. But Agaha feels too guilty about the whole situation, and she feels like she blew it out of proportion. So Agaha is back home right now, and she looks back at the kissing tickets that Kyo-chan gave her. He's like, you know what? This is my time to shine. I'm going to definitely use it. I want to be Kyo-chan's special person. But she doesn't really want to do the deed, but she wants to find like some way that she could be special to Kyo-chan. So she like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to let him kicking me out stop me. So she heads on over there. But as she heads on over there, she bumps into Rina. And Rina like, hey, girl, what's up? How you doing? And Agaha just like, so you over here trying to see Kyo-chan? I bet your ass was trying to get over there in the first place. I'm just like, girl, stop. And Rina like the same, we're like, little girl, chill out now. You don't know your place right now. And Agaha's just like, I don't know why you have to go in his house in the first place. Like, can you just talk to him outside? And Rina's like, little girl, I don't want nothing to do with that man sexually. I don't want to do nothing with that man romantically. Me and him were talking about my deceased sister. So if you want to get involved in that, be my guest. But don't be coming at me like I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing. I'm not going to worry about you because you a little child who don't know no better. But I'm telling you, for your best interest, stay away from that man. So Rina's just like, look, I don't got time to deal with your little high school emotions and your teenage problems. Kyo-chan deserves better than that. You know, Rina, I was on your side. I was really on your side. I would think he was talking to her girl to be like, don't be with this man. Okay, he's way too old for you, and this is not the move. But then you're just like, I feel bad for Kyo-chan. You know, we were there until we weren't. So Agaha is like really offended about what Rina said to her, and he pulls up to Kyo-chan's house. He's like, you know, your little girlfriend ain't coming over. And Agaha's like, so would you really let her in if I didn't stop you? Duh, girl. They talking about his deceased sister. Of course he gonna let her in. And Kyo-chan just like, yeah, I was going to let her in. I don't know why you asking all that in the first place. I'm going to see her whether you like it or not. I'm trying to help her get through this right now. Agaha at this point, like, she is like so desperate for like attention. She's willing to do anything for Kyo-chan at this point, including taking things to a next level where she is not ready for. Agaha is so desperate for Kyo-chan attention. She brings all the kissing tickets so she can show him that she's ready for the next level so she can be his special person. Don't love that. So it's really late at night, and Agaha's dad's like really worried about her. So he goes out looking for her. And Hana's over here just like, classic dad. He always cares about Agaha more often. And then her mother like, look here, little girl. Your father looked for you until his feet bled. Don't be over here saying that your father got some favoritism now. He loved you as his daughter. And you better act like it. I'm just like, okay, mama, we getting there. We getting somewhere. Like, all of Hana's problems could be solved if she simply just spoke to her parents. Like, all this aggression that she has towards her mom and dad can just be talked through for a simple conversation. Because Agatha did the same thing. She talked to her mom and dad. She told her how she felt like, I felt this way. I felt neglected. I felt like you didn't love me. They talked about it and I'd have a better relationship. Hana, do the same. Okay. Agatha and Q-chan are now making out. And they're getting to the point where it's getting like really hot and heavy. And Agatha's just like, I can't do this. I don't think I'm ready. And Q-chan's like, okay, that's all, chill. And Agatha's just like, I just want your attention and time, and I don't want you hanging out with Rina. And Q-chan was just like, well, I'm going to keep on hanging out with Rina. You can't stop that. And Agatha was just like, well, I need you to make this better. And Q-chan's like, how can I make this better for you? Agatha's like, okay, you need to call me twice in the morning and you need to call me twice in the evening so I can feel more secure. Agatha, why you gotta be so insecure right now? Just please leave this man. I feel like it'd be a lot better on your mental. Q-chan agrees to these insane terms, and Agatha's like, I bet you think I'm really childish right now. And he's like, no, you're not childish. You need to be assured. You can be both at the same time right now. Because you need to be called 2 times in the morning and the evening. If you have to do all this, Agatha, leave this man. Q-chan said he agrees to the terms because he's never loved like this before, and the only person he ever loved like this was Arisa. He apologized for causing all drama, and he says he loves her, and they make up. Q-chan goes into the shower and gets washed up for the day, and Q-chan's phone starts blowing up. And guess who on the phone? Rina. So Agatha picks up the phone because it don't ring about 3-4 times. And Rina just like, oh, I didn't call you. Where's Q-chan at? And she's like, well, Q-chan's busy right now. So Rina tries to like give her like some advice. He's like, hey, don't do the most right now because he's already going through a lot with the mourning of my sister, so I need you to chill out. While all this is happening, Agatha hears a crash in the restroom. And Q-chan done passed out, child. But that was the end of volume 7. Let's get into our final volume, volume 8. I forgot to tell y'all what I'm cosplaying. I'm gonna make sure I put the reference photo. I put the reference photo right here. I'm doing another Peach Girl look right now, and your girl was lazy today. So we're gonna have our crop top. Hot girls, watch Shojo. I think I'm getting better with my makeup, guys. This white eyeshadow look, I'm trying my best right now. I did the white eyeshadow and the blue, and you know, I hope y'all like it. Shoot. Your girl took some time and she's learning more makeup. Agatha is currently at the hospital right now because Q-chan has a gastric ulcer right now. She did not even know he had any stomach problems, but Rina knew that he had stomach problems in the first place, so all she could do was watch. Q-chan has his stomach problems because he has all this stress and emotions festering up in him, and all that stress built up to his gastric ulcer. Q-chan's gonna be okay. He need to take his meds to stop stressing the hell out. Maybe if he stopped messing with minors, he'd be less stressed out, but I don't know. That's just me. So Agatha finally visits Q-chan in the hospital, and he's currently dreaming about Arisa right now. And this girl starts screaming like, don't you dare think it's your fault, okay? None of this is your fault right now. Okay, it's not your fault. Listen to me, it's not your fault. I swear to God, if somebody starts screaming that at me when I'm sleeping and I woke up to that bullshit, I'm slapping the hell out of you. Cause like, I feel like Agatha is like the most tropiest of tropes of just like, stop fighting! You don't need to go through this! Agatha, calm down, please. Rina checks on his vitals to make sure he's okay. Q-chan's like, hey, can me and Agatha have the room real quick? She like, bet, I got you. Agatha's just like, don't console me right now. I'm the one who put you in the hospital in the first place. And Q-chan just like, shawty, chill. It is all good. And Agaha's like, no, I'm the one who put you here. I'm the one who stresses you out in the first place. This is all my fault. She then runs out the room and Q-chan is trying to chase after her. Mind you, IV drip in the arm, trying to chase after this girl. Agaha is somewhere sulking right now because she feels terrible about putting Kyo-chan in the hospital. Kyo-chan sees Hana. He's just like, hey, help me look for your sister real quick, okay? When Hana finds Agaha, she's like, girl, get up. That man looking for you with the IV drip in his arm. Get up, girl, and just talk to that man. Once Agaha and Q-chan are reunited via Hana, Q-chan collapses and starts coughing up blood. That's what happens when you go out there chasing for that little girl. Stay your ass in that hospital bed. So one of his veins exploded, but he's okay. He's not dying. But Agaha feels like really guilty about everything. She's like, I stressed him out to a point where he's like, he has a stomach ulcer and his veins are exploding. Like, what type of girl am I? I don't even know this man's medical history to even assist him like that. So now it's like she's sulking and everything and she don't even know who to talk to. So Agaha, she bumps into Maru-chan and she tells Maru-chan everything that happened. And Maru-chan just like, don't worry about it, man, girl. If you keep on having these high expectations about that man, you're going to be constantly disappointed. Please leave that man alone for your mental health and for his. It's for the best. Break up with him. And for once, oh my God, Agaha, is that a sound decision? She breaks up with Q-chan. Thank the Lord. Free from the shackles. Agaha's like, you got your trauma to deal with and I got my trauma to deal with. So I got to go my own way. So Agaha is currently moping at home right now. And Hana asks when is Q-chan getting discharged. And Agaha's like, girl, I don't know when that man's going to get discharged. We broke up. And Hana's just like, you broke up? You can't break up, okay? He already fought so hard. What if something happens to him right now and you don't know what's going to happen after that? And Agaha's just like, well, it's not my problem. We broke up. Whatever he's dealing with, he's going to deal with it on his own. Agaha's like, I don't feel like stressing that man out anymore. And Hana was just like, well, that man was fighting for y'all. You just can't give up like that. And Agaha, like, he wasn't fighting that much because, like, he didn't even deny the breakup. So I can't really say anything at this point, girl. Agaha honestly thinks that the only reason that Q-chan even stayed this long in the first place because she was going to off herself and she thought it was like a whole pity relationship in the first place. So Hana was just like, no, we're going to fix this today. So Hana pulled to Q-chan. She's like, who the hell do you think you are accepting a breakup from my sister? Don't you want this love? Don't you want this relationship to work? And Q-chan just like, I gotta respect her decision. I can't like fight and beg for her to be back if she don't want to be with me no more. And Hana was just like, no, it can't end like this. This is the most compassionate relationship I've ever seen before. And it just can't end. Hana, if this is the most healthiest, compassionate relationship you've ever seen, you need help. In therapy. Talk to your mama, Hana, because this is getting a bit much. I gotta take a little water break, guys. Yapping is hard. Anyways, y'all, I'm hydrated. Let's get back into the manga. It's the next day, and Kaori tells Agaha that Q-chan has officially quit counseling. Agaha can't believe her ears. So she goes to the counselor office and talks to Maru-chan. She's like, Maru-chan, is this true? Has he quit counseling? Maru-chan's like, girl, he didn't quit counseling. He's just sick, that's all. He can't come to work no more. So now Agaha feels even more guilty about the situation. So she goes to the hospital, even though she's not supposed to be seeing Q-chan in the first place, and gives him a button-up shirt for when he's able to get back to work. Agaha doesn't give him the button-up shirt just yet. She gets distracted by this raffle competition. She ends up winning an all-expense-paid trip. And she's like, okay, bet. I'm going to use it for me and my man. But she bumps into Ran, Q-chan's sister-in-law, and she's like, oh, hey girl, how are you? Are you and so-and-so going to that vacation? And Agaha was just like, yeah, I was considering taking him here. And Ran was just like, ooh, I don't think you should take him here. And Agaha was just like, why shouldn't I take him here? I don't know how to tell you this, but that's where Arisa died. So I don't think it's very safe for you to do that. So Agaha just like, well, you know, I guess I'm not using this, so I might as well give it to my parents. So she gave it to her parents. She's like, you know, y'all go ahead and get into it. But then Hana comes in the house. She's like, guys, I want us on an all-expense trip. And now they can go as a family. But Agatha's just like, you know what, guys? I'm not really feeling the trip or anything like that. I think I'm going to just skip out on it. So Agatha was just like, okay, I'm going to just like go to work so I can skip on this trip. And it ends up that Agatha's work is closed right now because the owners are sick and they cannot cook. So I guess it's in the cards for her to go on this vacation. Girl, go ahead and go. So Hana feels like it's a sign for Agatha to go on this trip. She's like, girl, go ahead and have some fun. You deserve it. Agatha decides to go on a trip, and then she drops off the button-up shirt and she goes. Agatha goes on the trip so she can pray over Orissa since this was her last resting place. And Hana's just like, girl, what are you doing? Why didn't you even tell Q-chan where you was at and what you were doing? She's like, I just wanted to make sure that she gets prayer and she can be healed. She's like, you're not praying just for her. You're praying for Q-chan. If you're going to do it, don't do it selfishly. Agatha's family is currently on this chill right now. They're having a good old time, but it gets foggy. So the family stops at this rest stops while Agatha goes out to light an incense to pray for Orissa. While this is happening, she sees Rena there for some reason, and Rena points somewhere. She's like, okay, I guess I'm going to follow. While she is following Rena, she trips over a tree stump and then she falls down this little hill and now she's lost. Agatha realized she's not really following Rena like that. She's following kind of like an illusion of Rena. In this process of that, she falls off like a small cliff. She's hurt. She has no phone reception and her family does not know where she's at. So now her family's looking for her like, where the hell is Agatha? And Hana was just like, okay, I think I know where she is. So Hana hit up Q-chan, tell him the situation, and was like, hey, your girl kind of going through it right now. Q-chan told Hana that maybe Agatha is being haunted by Orissa's spirit. Orissa is haunting the wrong person. You know who she should be haunting? She should be haunting Q-chan. If she could see what was happening at her grave right now, oh, I would haunt the hell out of somebody. Ciao. So Agatha finally gets a bar for cell reception right now, and Q-chan is the first person to call her. Q-chan calms her down, but soon the cell reception ends and she cannot be on the phone with Q-chan no more. So she gets herself up, she cleans up her wound and makes sure that there's no bleeding, and she's like, okay, I gotta find water. Water leads to civilization. Q-chan pulls up to help find Agatha, and Hana was just like, okay, bet I'm gonna help you find my sister too. She leaves a note for her parents, and she goes ahead and heads on out. Agatha, thankfully, she did find a river with a bunch of butterflies around it, so she finally found water so she can drink something. Agatha was finally able to find water so she could rest. When she woke up, there was a bunch of butterflies surrounding water, and that's going to be important for a little bit later in the story. Agatha took the butterflies as some kind of omen to help with her mood. So she follows the butterflies and it leads her to this backpack. That backpack belongs to Orissa. It has her driver's license, her student ID, and her final prayer. Her final prayer was meant for Q-chan, and she prayed that Q-chan will always smile happily. Agatha wants to give this prayer charm to Q-chan, so she gets her stuff and heads out immediately. But while she's on her way heading out, the prayer charm slips out of her hand and falls on some rocks. Unfortunately, when she's trying to get the prayer charm, she gets trapped in a rock slide. Thankfully, with the lead of the butterflies, Q-chan and Hana were able to find Agatha. Q-chan got all the rocks off her, gave her CPR, and she's all good now. Agatha is still alive. As soon as Agatha woke up, she told Q-chan about the backpack and the prayer charm, and Q-chan finally feels like he can be healed from the situation of his ex-girlfriend. The twins and Q-chan, they head to the hospital. Agatha's dad is yelling at Hana, just like, where the hell did you think you were? I was worried about you. Come here. Oh my God, don't ever do that again. Like, he was yelling, but it was like a concerned parent yell that I'm glad that you're safe right now. So the twins are safe. Everything is all good now. Hana and Agatha actually have a better relationship now, and everything is going well. She's finally focusing on herself. She got a better relationship with her family. She has good friends. You know, everything is going swell. Oh, you thought that's how it ended. It does not end like that whatsoever. So Agatha visits Orissa's grave one more time to pay her respects, and she bumps into Q-chan. And Q-chan's just like, will you let me be by your side again? And Agatha's like, yes, of course. And then that's the end of Papillon. Now, Guys, I didn't love reading that manga whatsoever. It was not a good one. I don't suggest it to y'all, but I had no one else to talk to, and I want to at least talk to with y'all, and I want to try my first manga review. So I hope that y'all like the video. It's a lot shorter this time around, and I hope y'all can eat it with your food, listen to it on your drive, do whatever. But make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you comment down below the next anime that you want to see for Shoujo Saturday. I hope that y'all have a blessed day. Support your local library. Support PBS, y'all. I am serious. Make sure you watch your shoujo and always be kind, guys. Well, that's the end of our manga series. I hope y'all have a lovely day. Bye.
I'd like to think that you don't